Living Dictionaries, an electronic lexicography tool for community activists.
Technology can be disruptive because it can forever change the way people operate in their daily lives. What if technology could also disrupt language bias and privilege? What if access to certain language technologies could help challenge language hierarchies and give endangered languages a fighting chance of survival? With over 3,000 languages in danger of being lost before 2100, we know there is a need to act quickly. Living Dictionaries are comprehensive, free, online technological tools integrating audio, images, and other multimedia that can assist language communities, providing a simple way to create high-quality multilingual documentation records. The Living Dictionaries platform is a progressive web application functioning within any internet browser on any computer or mobile device, Android or iOS. If needed, Living Dictionaries can be created, managed, and edited using only smartphones or tablets, which can function as complete workstations for recording and entering linguistic data and other multimedia. Living Dictionaries can be public or private, and may include written entries with translations and example sentences in multiple languages and scripts, audiovisual files, parts of speech and semantic domains, morphosyntactic linguistic analysis, and can be tagged with other metadata. At Living Tongues Institute for Endangered Languages, we are proud to offer free online training for citizen linguists creating living dictionaries on our platform. The platform is free because for almost all minority language communities, the costs related to producing high-quality linguistic materials can be insurmountable. A moral imperative of the 21st century is the decolonization and democratization of linguistic resources. Online dictionaries should reflect the user communities, tailored to suit their needs as well as curated by citizen linguists. Community resources have greater uptake and engagement by communities if they take a primary role in developing them. The old dictionary-making paradigm was dependent on print restrictions, content limits, page layouts, alphabetization, and other issues related to cost and format. Today, these types of bottom-line concerns and restrictions are largely irrelevant, and powerful search functionality and the relatively low cost of database storage has obviated many challenges of the past. We now benefit from the possibility of integrating audiovisual multimedia, the ability to accommodate sign as well as oral languages, and perhaps most importantly, the capacity to address the vast gap in digital resource availability that disproportionately impacts minority communities worldwide. A free multimedia online dictionary platform such as Living Dictionaries accommodates the needs of 21st century users by using the latest technologies to produce tools that, in the long run, can become encyclopedic in nature. As activists in the field of endangered language documentation globally, we know that colonization has caused thousands of language communities to become disenfranchised. Most states are not investing in resources needed to support minority languages. Through the Living Dictionaries platform, Living Tongues Institute has approached solutions to the massive global language extinction crisis by attempting to obviate institutionalized barriers that prevent equal status and equitable treatment of all forms of linguistic communication. Training local people to conduct language documentation and revitalization work and build dictionaries for their own communities is a core long-term aspect of our approach. A digital dictionary may be created for any variety, whether it is oral or signed, recognized as a separate distinct language or just a dialect, patois, Creole, Pidgin, urban youth language, or any other lectal designation. Ideologies of what is a proper linguistic variety to be used are not relevant to the Living Dictionaries. Living Dictionaries can also accommodate as many dialects or variants as desired by the community members creating the tool. Decisions guiding what dialects are represented or not within a Living Dictionary are community-driven. Grassroots efforts are indeed at the core of this work, and communities deserve to be able to represent and access their languages and dialects online in the ways that work best for speakers, learners, and stakeholders themselves. Underrepresented languages need online resources to thrive in the digital era, because people need to be able to easily store, reference, and share content in their languages. We advocate for an inclusive citizen science approach to digital lexicography. The reality of the finite and limitedly available financial and human resources that exist for trained linguists and the vast number of languages in need necessitated a solution that could accommodate linguists and language activists alike. This platform provides an easy-to-use framework for systematically storing and sharing dictionary data in thousands of endangered languages, thus increasing their viability for survival in the long term. We have created the Living Dictionaries platform with activists in mind, optimizing it for global remote collaboration, ease of use, and accessibility on mobile devices. And we integrate community user feedback into the design and programming of the tool. Living Tongues Institute stands at the intersection of linguistics and activism, with the capacity to launch technological solutions to help aspiring language activists and scholars alike. Our team has adopted a vertically integrative approach to language documentation, in which local language consultants learn transferable digital and scientific research skills to eventually become research assistants, colleagues, and ambassadors for their languages. By facilitating in-person and online workshops during which we train local Indigenous language activists to record and edit words and phrases in their native languages, we have developed a strong strategy that prioritizes documentation as well as professional empowerment. The materials and resources we create in collaboration with citizen linguists will become the driving force that help descendants revitalize their languages in the future. Anna will now demonstrate the nuts and bolts of this particular tool.
Now I'll walk you through the process of creating a new living dictionary. We made this process user-friendly and fast so activists can easily start their projects with as few bottlenecks as possible. Once a user registers for an account on the platform, they can create a new living dictionary right away. Here's the information you would need to create a new living dictionary for Babanki, a grassfields Bantu language spoken by under 40,000 people in Cameroon. First, the dictionary manager provides the name of the language, which automatically populates the URL. Next, the dictionary manager is prompted to add glossing languages. Since Babanki is spoken in Cameroon, English and French glossing languages are included here, so that the content in Babanki will be translated to English and French in the dictionary. This is done from choosing from a list of over 300 useful glossing languages that are worldwide in scope. We curated this list based on dominant regional languages that users might need for their translations. And we will continue to expand this list to include local languages that exist in small-scale, multilingual situations around the world. Then geocoordinates are requested. The manager can enter latitude and longitude or search our digital map, which uses Mapbox, to drop a pin in the general area or the exact village where this language is spoken. After that, the user fills out alternate names, since many languages are known by multiple names in the linguistic literature, and they may also have various endonyms. These alternate names are used to tag the dictionary and improve search engine optimization. Finally, the dictionary manager can include the ISO 639 code and the glotto code associated with the language. This also helps SEO in case people are searching by those codes. This step is optional. Lastly, the dictionary manager can decide whether this living dictionary will be visible to the public or not by checkmarking a box indicating they have community consent to put this language online. The visible to the public option may be activated or deactivated anytime using the Settings tab on the left sidebar. Each living dictionary and each entry within a living dictionary is shareable with a unique URL that can be used on social media or hyperlinked elsewhere. In terms of adding entries in multimedia to a living dictionary, this can be done directly on the platform by adding individual text entries or by batch importing data by contacting us. Here are the types of information that can be added for an entry: lexeme, phonetic transcription, representations in different orthographies, glosses, parts of speech, semantic domain, morphology, interlinearization, dialect name, sample sentences, source, and other data. Audio can be recorded straight onto the platform using your device's built-in microphone, or you can upload audio files as waves or MP3s. A living dictionary can display up to 5 writing systems for an entry, which is useful for dictionaries where multiple competing scripts are used to represent a language. Living dictionaries can also include up to 5 glosses, which are translations into different languages, for an entry. So for example, the Sora entry for the word dogs here, you can see that there are multiple writing systems and multiple glossing languages represented in one entry. If the dictionary manager already has a large amount of text data in CSV or PDF or in a doc file, they can contact us and request a batch import spreadsheet from our team. And we can import the data as it is or in legacy formats such as Flex, Toolbox, LexiPro, and others. We've partnered with Algolia to improve the platform's search engine capability on mobile and on desktop. So you can now search by part of speech, semantic domain, speaker name, and other tags. It's important to note that users can easily search for any morphemes that are embedded inside lexemes. This is very important for polysynthetic languages such as Sora, where users may want to yield search results related to the morphemes inside words. So it's not just about alphabetical display, it's about searching within the strings themselves. At any point in navigating the platform, the user can toggle between interfaced languages without having to leave the tab that they are on. We currently support English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Hebrew, Russian, and Kiswahili. Interface languages such as Modern Standard Arabic, Bahasa Indonesia, Malay, Filipino, Zulu, Shona, Hindi, Assamese, Hausa Harshen, Amharic, Oriya, and Bengali will be available on the platform this year. Living dictionaries can be adjusted depending on what data the user wants to see. List view displays the data in a traditional dictionary list, which shows up alphabetically. Table view shows a spreadsheet of all the data. Gallery view only pulls in entries by accompanying images. The Living Dictionaries platform is engineered to have multiple remote collaborators logged into the system at any time, working together in real time. And a dictionary manager can invite other collaborators to join the dictionary through the platform itself by using the Invite Manager or Invite Contributor feature. All of these details I just explained can be found on our Frequently Asked Questions page, which is a Google Doc that we update on a weekly basis with new info and instructions and news of Zoom training webinars. Dictionary managers can also send us a direct message using the Contact Us button in the top menu bar. And at any time, dictionary managers can consult the Terms and Conditions page to learn about intellectual property rights and ownership of their data. It's important to us that the intellectual property rights related to linguistic and cultural content on the platform remained in the hands of the native speakers, communities, and the dictionary creators who work together to build their own dictionaries on the platform. In short, this project can help mitigate the global language extinction crisis by opening the door to linguistic documentation for all and expanding access to cultural equity and self-determination. We're committed to maintaining this platform for decades to come so that the work of language activists can live on and benefit community stakeholders, descendants, educators, and scholars. Thank you.